Archangel Michael says, it's urgent to expose this. Someone wants to marry you, the name will shock you, open it quickly. My beloved child, Archangel Michael is standing before you with fire in his voice and light in his eyes because this moment carries an urgency you cannot ignore. It is urgent to expose what has been hidden from you. A truth has been circling your destiny, and now heaven has decided to unveil it. Someone wants to marry you, your heart has been tied to yours in silence, but today that silence breaks. This is not an ordinary desire. It is a so deep longing they can no longer bury. The angels say, when the name comes to you, it will not just surprise you, it will leave you breathless because it is someone you never expected to carry your image so close to their spirit. This person has walked with your shadow in their thoughts, whispering prayers for you when no one else could hear. They have wrestled with their own fears, wondering if you could ever accept the depth of what they feel. They have imagined your face in moments of stillness, seen your future intertwined with theirs, and carried the weight of love in silence. Heaven has watched them delay, but God has said the time of hiding is over. The angels have circled their name in the realm of spirit, preparing the moment when truth must be revealed. Listen carefully, your destiny is not in the hands of confusion. Archangel Michael declares that this revelation comes as a confirmation, not as a test. The one who longs to marry you carries a love that has been sifted through heaven's fire. It has been hidden not to hurt you, but to protect you, so that when it comes forth, you will recognize it without doubt. The name will shake you, not because it is dangerous, but because it will make sense of moments in your past you did not understand. You will suddenly see why your path crossed theirs, why your spirit always felt an unexplained pull. The truth is stepping forward, beloved. Heaven says you are chosen to know it, and you are chosen to receive it. You have been preserved for this kind of love, not temporary, not shallow, but eternal. The desire for marriage is not just in their heart. It is written in their destiny and yours. And today, what was sealed is being unsealed. Archangel Michael stands as witness that this revelation is real, and that your soul will not miss the truth when it knocks. My beloved child, Archangel Michael bends close to you now, not to whisper, but to roar with a truth that has been carried in silence too long. Heaven is peeling back the veil because the time for secrets has ended. The one who wants to marry you has been fighting an invisible battle between fear and love, between silence and confession. For nights they have turned on their pillow, unable to quiet the thoughts of you. Your heart races when your name crosses their mind. Their spirit trembles because they know what they feel cannot be hidden forever. Michael says their soul has already chosen you. Even when their lips did not speak it, their spirit carried your name as a vow. They prayed in hidden corners, asking God if it was safe to reveal, and heaven has watched their hesitation. They feared rejection. They feared your disbelief. They feared that timing might betray them. But now the angels declare that hesitation is being burned away. The fire of destiny is greater than the fear of failure, and their truth is rising like dawn. It cannot be stopped. You have wondered, beloved, if real love still exists for you. You have asked heaven quietly, will someone truly see me? Will someone choose me not for convenience? Not for advantage, but for love? And today Archangel Michael answers through this revelation. Yes, someone already has. The very name that will shock you have been circling in heaven's atmosphere. The moment you hear it, a wave of recognition will strike your heart, and you will know this was not human imagination, it was divine alignment. This person has carried guilt for not telling you sooner. They have replayed conversations, moments when they almost confessed but held back. They feared the weight of their own heart, but God kept whispering in time. And the time has come. A more delay, a more shadows. Your silence is breaking, and with it your waiting season is ending. Michael reminds you. Do not dismiss this, do not take it lightly. When their name comes forward, don't let disbelief blind you. Heaven is not revealing this to tease you but to prepare you. You will see why you were preserved, why distractions were removed, why your heart was kept safe until now. The marriage they long for is not just about union, it is about purpose. Together, you are meant to walk into something greater, something heaven has written long before you knew. Beloved, your story is shifting even as these words fall upon your ears. The name is close. The confession is near. Archangel Michael says, be ready, for when it comes, it will feel like thunder in your chest, but it will also feel like home. My beloved child, Archangel Michael is not finished speaking. He lifts his sword of light and points it toward your future, declaring that what was once hidden in shadows is now standing in the brightness of truth. The person who wants to marry you had been watched carefully by heaven. Every hesitation, every tear, every whisper prayer for courage had been heard. Their love has not been silent in the eyes of the angels, it has been echoing in heaven's chambers like an unspoken vow waiting to be released on earth. Listen, child, when their name is revealed, it will not just be information, it will be a divine confirmation. You will feel a stirring in your soul, a memory of moments when you felt seen without explanation. When their eyes lingered on you longer than you realized, when their words carried an extra weight you could not define. Those fragments will suddenly piece together like a puzzle you didn't know was waiting to be solved. The angels say, what seemed ordinary will become extraordinary in the light of this truth. This person has battled storms within themselves. They tried to bury the thought of you, tried to distract their heart, tried to convince themselves it was not the right time. Yet the more they resisted, the louder heaven whispered your name in their spirit. At first, they thought it was imagination, but soon they knew it was destiny. And Michael says, destiny cannot be silenced. The reason their confession comes now is because heaven has aligned the season. You were not ready before, and neither were they. But now heaven has declared that both hearts have been prepared. Beloved, this is not just about love, it is about healing. The angels have seen how your heart has been wounded, how betrayal tried to make you doubt yourself, how rejection tried to teach you that you are not enough. But heaven says you are more than enough. You are chosen, you are worthy. And this marriage desire being revealed is heaven's way of showing you that love still exists in its purest form, and it is already on its way to you. Michael warns you not to let disbelief steal this moment. Do not say, this is too good to be true. For heaven responds, no, this is too true to be denied. The name will carry history, it will carry weight. It will carry memories that only make sense when the truth is laid bare. And when you hear it, your soul will whisper back, of course. Stay close to this word, my child, because the exposure of this name is not just about a proposal, it is about unlocking the next chapter of your life. The angels have already begun to surround you with signs, preparing you to receive what you once thought was impossible. My beloved child, Archangel Michael steps even closer now, and his presence fills the air with a fire that cannot be denied. He says the time of waiting is closing, and the time of revealing has begun. For too long, this person who longs to marry you has kept their words locked behind trembling lips. They thought silence would protect their heart, but heaven has decided their silence must end because your destiny cannot be delayed any longer. In the quiet hours of the night, they have whispered your name. They have prayed that you would not forget them, that when the moment comes, your spirit will recognize their love. They replay the memories of your laughter, the glow of your presence, and in those moments their soul aches because they know they are incomplete without you. The angels have seen their struggle, the battle between fear and courage, between holding back and confessing. And Michael says heaven has tipped the skull, courage has won. Beloved, imagine this, the moment when their confession finally breaks through, the air will feel different, time itself will slow. You will hear the trembling in their voice, not because they are weak, but because they are carrying a truth so heavy it has reshaped their entire life. When their name and their intention stand before you, your soul will quiver because deep inside you always knew something was being kept from you. This is the unveiling. This is the moment you will realize that heaven was writing a story even when you thought nothing was happening. A shock of the name will not crush you. It will awaken you, it will connect threads in your past that you could never tie together. You will remember glances that lingered too long, words that felt deeper than they appeared, and moments that seemed ordinary but were soaked in meaning. All of it will come rushing back, and you will understand, love was never had sent, it was only hidden. Michael declares, do not resist what heaven has already approved. You not doubt what your spirit will confirm. This is not just a person's decision, it is a divine orchestration. The angels have carried this love like a sealed leather, and today the seal is breaking. You are chosen to receive it. Blood, prepare yourself, the revelation will not just bring clarity. It will bring restoration. It will prove that you were never forgotten, never overlooked, never abandoned. The truth of their love will be like a healing balm to your heart, covering the wounds of the past and opening the gates of a new future. My beloved child, Archangel Michael lifts his hand and the heavens respond with silence because what he is about to say carries eternal weight. He says, the name of the one who longs to marry you has already been written in the scroll of destiny. It has been spoken in the courts of heaven long before you were born, and nothing on earth can erase what God Himself has sealed. Beloved, think deeply every tear you cried in loneliness, every night you questioned if you were meant to walk life alone. Every moment you doubted your worth, it was all being answered in secret. For even in your hidden pain, heaven was shaping a love story you could not yet see. This person, whose name will shock you, has been chosen as a vessel of love and healing in your journey. They are not coming to complete you, for you are already whole. They are coming to walk beside you as destiny unfolds. The angels reveal that this person's love for you has survived storms. They tried to distract themselves to silence their own heart, but each time they walked away, heaven pulled them back. Each time they tried to forget, your image burned brighter in their spirit. Michael says, they could not escape because love written by heaven cannot be erased by earth. When the moment comes and their confession is laid before you, it will feel as though the air itself trembles. You will recognize their sincerity not by their words alone, but by the way your soul leaps in response. A holy confirmation will wrap around you, whispering, "This is real. This is meant. This is yours." and when their name touches your ears, you will realize that heaven has been preparing you all along. Beloved, Michael warns you, guard your heart from doubt, for doubt is the thief of destiny. Do not let past pain convince you that this revelation is too good to be true. Instead, let your spirit rest in the assurance that God always saves His best for His chosen ones. You have been preserved, not punished. You have been hidden, not forgotten, and now the time of revealing has come. The angels have already marked the atmosphere of your home with signs. Soon you will begin to notice unusual lines and streams that feel alive, conversations that carry hidden meaning, numbers, and moments repeating until you cannot ignore them. These are not accidents. They are confirmations. They are heaven's way of preparing your heart for the unveiling of this name. Michael says, do not be afraid. The truth will not harm you, it will free you, and once it is revealed, you will step into a season of joy that cannot be stolen. My beloved child, Archangel Michael now opens the scroll of heaven and the words inside blaze like fire. He says, the moment of unveiling is not far, it is near, closer than your breath, closer than your heartbeat. The angels gather in stillness. Because what has been written in light is about to manifest in your life in full. The one who longs to marry you has carried your name as a secret prayer. And heaven is now pressing it into your destiny so powerfully that nothing and no one can stand in the way. Beloved, when the shock of their name reaches you, it will not come like a whisper, it will strike like thunder. Your heart will pound, your spirit will tremble, and yet at the same time a strange peace will wrap itself around you. You will realize that every twist and turn of your life, every delay, and every unanswered question has been leading you here. The name will unlock memories you could not explain, why their presence always carried a pull, why their absence left an ache, why your path seemed to bend toward them even when you tried to walk away. Michael says, this is the moment when the hidden becomes revealed, and the reveal becomes undeniable. The person has held this love like a flame cupped in their hands, afraid that the winds of rejection would blow it out. But heaven guarded that flame, and now it is ready to burn openly. Their confession will not be clumsy, it will be raw, trembling, and drenched in truth. And you will know it, because your soul has been waiting for this sound. Do not fear the shock, do not resist the surprise, for the very reason heaven chose to delay this revelation until now was so that you would be strong enough to receive it. Before, you might have doubted, you might have turned away, but now you are ready. Heaven has carved space in your heart, and the truth will fit perfectly when it arrives. Beloved, the angels are already aligning the steps. Conversations will unfold that you cannot explain. Chance encounters will happen that are not chance at all, and doors will open in front of you with ease. These are the signs that the revelation is near, and when it comes, it will not just bring you a person, it will bring you purpose. Together, you will build something heaven has designed, not just a union of hearts, but a union of callings, a destiny that stretches beyond what you can see now. Archangel Michael declares, rejoice, for your story is shifting, what once was hidden is being exposed, and the name that shocks you will also heal you. My beloved child, Archangel Michael lifts his voice higher, and it rolls like waves across the heavens. He says, when the confession is spoken and the name finally revealed, your life will not return to what it was before. This moment will mark a turning point that will separate your past from your future. What once felt incomplete will suddenly feel whole. What once was uncertain will be anchored in truth. Beloved, imagine at the very instant their love is laid bare before you. The heaviness you have carried in your chest, the doubt, the quiet fear that perhaps you were forgotten, will vanish like mist under the morning sun. In its place will come peace, a peace so deep it will feel as though the very atmosphere around you has shifted. For the first time in a long time, your heart will feel safe, and your soul will know it has been seen. This revelation will not just bring you a person, it will bring restoration. The wounds of betrayal that once cut so deep will begin to close. The nights you spent crying in silence will be answered by laughter you never thought you would hear again. The angels say, this confession is not only about marriage, it is about healing the parts of you that believe a true love was gone. Heaven is showing you that love was never going to, it was preserved. Michael declares that after this revelation, doors that were locked will begin to swing wide open. Opportunities will meet you, favor will surround you, and even those who doubted you will stand in awe of how your story has shifted. Because love birthed in heaven carries with it blessings not only for your heart but for your destiny. Together with this person you will walk in strength, in partnership, and a joy that cannot be stolen. Beloved, the angels are rejoicing already. They have seen the pages that are about to turn. And they cannot contain their celebration. Michael leans close and says, do not run from what is coming. Do not question it away. Receive it with the faith of a child, for heaven only gives gifts that are good. The truth is this: your lonely chapters are ending. The season of hiddenness is over. The love that was concealed is stepping into the light, and when it does you will look back and whisper, now I understand why I had to wait. My beloved child, Archangel Michael now stretches his wings wide, and as they open, a flood of light pours into your path. He says, when the confession is spoken, and the truth finally rests in your ears, it will not only change your heart, it will change the very atmosphere around you. The walls of your home, which have absorbed your silent tears, will begin to vibrate with laughter. The rooms that once felt heavy will be filled with warmth, as though heaven itself has stepped inside to make dwelling with you. Beloved, you will notice it quickly, your spirit will no longer carry the weight of loneliness. The silence that once pressed against you will feel different, no longer empty, but alive as if every corner echoes with promise. The air in your house will feel lighter, the nights calmer, the mornings brighter. Archangel Michael declares, this revelation is not only a love story, it is a cleansing, a renewal, a transformation. Heaven is not just sending you a person. It is sending you peace. The angels say that even your relationships with others will shift. Where there was misunderstanding, clarity will come. Where there was distance, closeness will bloom. The moment their confession is made, a ripple of healing will flow outward, touching family, friendships, and even places where you thought reconciliation was impossible. For when heaven moves, it does not move in fragments, it moves in fullness. Then, child, you not be surprised when your own countenance begins to change. People will look at you and wonder why you are glowing, why your presence feels lighter, why your voice carries a new strength. They will not know that what happened was not ordinary. It was divine. They will not know that Archangel Michael himself stood beside you, releasing a revelation that has shifted the entire course of your life. Beloved, the confession of love will be like a key turning in a lock. It will not only open your heart, it will open the heavens over your life. Blessings that were delayed will come rushing in, opportunities that seem far will suddenly draw near, and all of this will begin the moment the truth of their name is spoken. Middle whispers, prepare your home, prepare your spirit, prepare to vote, for once the truth is revealed, your atmosphere will never be the same. Joy will dwell where sorrow lived, and light will reign where shadows once lingered. My beloved child, Archangel Michael does not step back, he moves even closer, his voice thundering yet tender, and he says, this love that is being revealed is not an accident, that is a key that will unlock doors you never thought would open, it is the spark that will set your divine calling aflame. Heaven does not waste such moments. This confession of marriage, this unveiling of a name, is not only for your heart's healing, it is for the unfolding of your destiny. Beloved, when two souls are brought together by heaven's hand, it is never just about companionship. It is about alignment. Your gifts and their gifts will fit together like pieces of a greater design. Where you were weak, they will be strong. Where you carried wounds, they will carry balm. And where you dreamed alone, now you will dream in two voices, with one vision. Michael declares, this union will not end with you, it will become a light for others. You will see it unfold. The very things you thought were ordinary within you will be amplified when you are with them, your courage will grow, your faith will deepen, your joy will multiply. Even the way you step into rooms will change, because heaven's seal will rest upon you as a covenant, not just as a relationship. The angels say, this is not a temporary flame, it is an eternal fire. Beloved, listen carefully, this revelation will not only touch your heart, it will draw you nearer to God. You will see that the one who formed the stars was the same one who guarded your heart until the right moment. You will realize that none of your waiting was wasted, every delay was preparation, every silence was protection, every tear watered the soil where this love could grow. The timing was not slow, it was perfect. And child, Archangel Michael wants you to know that your purpose is about to expand. You will not only walk into joy, but into assignments heaven has kept in reserve for this very season. Together, you and this person will carry influence, not because of wealth or fame, but because of the undeniable mark of heaven upon your story. Your life will become a testimony that God still writes love stories, that He still redeems broken hearts, that He still reveals names in the right time. Michael says, do not shrink back, do not question why you, do not say you are unworthy, for heaven chose you, heaven preserves you, and heaven has aligned this moment because your calling cannot remain hidden any longer. Beloved, prepare yourself. The confession will not only bring you joy, it will ignite your destiny, and once it begins, nothing can stop the river of blessings that will flow from it. My beloved child, Archangel Michael raises his sword high and the heavens blaze with a brilliant snow I condemn. He says, what is coming to you through this confession of love is not small. It is mighty. It will shake foundations. It will lift you higher, it will crown you with favor you have not yet imagined. This union is not ordinary, it is heaven's signature written across your destiny. Beloved, hear me when the name is revealed and their truth is laid before you, a flood will be unleashed. Lot of trickle and not a drop about a river. Favor will chase you, blessings will multiply around you, and opportunities that were once locked away will begin to burst open. The angels say, when love ordained by God steps into the light, it carries wealth, honor, and covering. You will not just walk into joy, you will walk into Privian, you will see financial doors swing wide. You will see opportunities come from places you did not even knock, and you will realize that heaven has been saving its best for you. Michael declares, this person's entrance into your life is not only about companionship, it is about covering. Their love will be a shield for you. Their loyalty will be a fortress around you. Where you once stood alone against storms, now you will stand together and no storm will have power to break you. Beloved, imagine that where once you fought battles with trembling hands, now you will fight with strength multiplied by 2, guarded by angelic forces assigned to your union. The angels reveal that even your name will begin to carry weight in rooms where it was once ignored. People will speak of you with honor, doors will open without effort, and those who underestimated you will be forced to watch the rise that only God could orchestrate. The confession of love, the revealing of this name, will not only shock you, it will shock those around you. Because they will see you clothed in a joy and favor that no human hand can manufacture. Beloved, do not shrink from this. Do not call it too much. For heaven says, you have endured the valley, now it is time for the mountain, you have endured silence, now it is time for song. You have endured loss, now it is time for restoration, but his coming is not a portion that is abundance. What is coming is not a glimpse, it is overflow. Michael whispers as he lowers his sword, child, rejoice, for the heavens are opening over you. The name that shocks you will also crown you. And when it is revealed, nothing will ever be the same again, my beloved child. Archangel Michael does not stop here. His voice now rolls like thunder across eternity, and every word carries the weight of generations yet unborn. He says, this love, this union, this marriage confession is not only for your heart, it is for your lineage, it is for your children. Your children's children, and for the legacy that heaven has designed through you. Beloved, understand this. When God chooses a union, He is not just thinking of 2 hearts, He is thinking of generations. The name that will shock you carries within it not just affection, but a destiny woven into time itself. Through this union, your life will no longer echo only for today, it will leave a mark on tomorrow. The angels say, this love is generational. It will rewrite the story of your bloodline. The wounds of the past, the betrayals that tried to poison your family tree, the curses that tried to pass from one generation to another. Heaven says, the end here. This confession of love is more than a vow between 2 people, it is a declaration that light has broken through the darkness of your history. Where there was division, unity will come. Where there was sorrow, joy will multiply. Where there was lack, abundance will flow like rivers into your household. Michael declares, child, you will not only walk into marriage, you will walk into inheritance. Spiritual inheritance, emotional inheritance, financial inheritance. This union is the key that unlocks treasures heaven stored for you long before you even asked. The covering that this love brings will protect not only your heart, but your future children, shielding them from battles you once had to fight. The angels say, they will be born under blessing, not burden. Beloved, your house will no longer carry the atmosphere of waiting, it will carry the fragrance of promise fulfilled. The sound of loneliness will be replaced with laughter that spills through every room. The foundation of your home will be laid not on fear but on faith, and from this foundation, a legacy will rise that cannot be erased. Michael lifts his hand and speaks again. Do not underestimate what heaven is giving you. This is not just marriage, it is ministry. It is not just companionship. It is covenant. It is not just love, it is legacy, and as his words fall, the heavens themselves echo with agreement, for what God has sealed in your story will ripple through time long after you. Beloved, prepare your heart not just to receive love but to carry legacy. The confession that chalks you is also the confession that crowns you, and from this moment forward, you will not only walk in joy, you will walk in a generational blessing that cannot be broken. My beloved child, Archangel Michael spreads his wings wide until they touch the edges of heaven itself. And he says, this moment will not be hidden in silence. Both heaven and earth will stand as witnesses to what God is unveiling in your life. The confession that is about to be spoken, the name that will shock you, will not only be a private truth, it will be a declaration written across the skies. Beloved, when this union begins to unfold, you will notice how even creation responds. The atmosphere around you will feel alive, the days brighter, the nights calmer, the very air carrying a sense of expectation. The angels say, earth will testify that heaven has moved, the timing of events, the sudden alignment of opportunities, the way conversations fall into place, all of it will prove that this is not coincidence. It is covenant. Michael declares, your story is being lifted to a platform not built by men, but raised by God Himself. You will be seen not for vanity, but for testimony. Your life will become a living altar where others will witness what happens when heaven writes a love story. The union being prepared for you will not only bring joy to your heart, but it will inspire those who doubted love, those who lost hope, those who thought heaven had forgotten them. Your story will become a lamp in their darkness. Beloved, hear this carefully. When the confession comes and their name is revealed, it will feel as though the world around you pauses for a moment to honor what has just happened. Heaven will celebrate, your earth will align, and you will find yourself standing taller, brighter, stronger. Not because you tried to shine, but because heaven's light will rest on you openly. The angels whisper, do not hide what God has revealed. Do not shrink back from the joy that is yours. For your testimony is not only for you, it is for others who need to believe again. Your home will become a place of evidence. Your life a platform of proof. Your union, the signpost pointing toward heaven's faithfulness. Michael says, child, the throne of God itself has stamped approval on this chapter. Walk boldly into it. Receive it without fear, for heaven and earth together will bear witness that this love, this union, this confession, it was always meant for you. My beloved child, Archangel Michael now plants his sword into the ground. And the earth itself trembles under the sound of his voice. He says, from the moment this confession is spoken, from the moment their name bursts into the light, you will no longer walk as you once did. You will rise in a divine authority that cannot be challenged, in a favor that cannot be denied, in a strength that cannot be broken. Beloved, listen carefully. This is not only about marriage, this is above ascension. Heaven is lifting you to a higher place. The same people who overlooked you will now watch as you are exalted. Those who whispered against you will be silenced, for heaven's hand will rest so openly on you that even your enemies will be forced to acknowledge it. Michael declares, your rise will not be ordinary, it will be unstoppable. When this truth enters your life, doors that were bolted shut will fling wide open. Finances will flow where there was once lack. Influence will rise where there was once silence. You will walk into places where your name was unknown and find honor waiting for you. This is the power of a heaven-ordained union. It multiplies not only love but destiny. The angels say, together, you will not just live, you will reign, beloved, prepare yourself. The shock of the name will be the spark, but what follows will be fire, a fire that purifies, a fire that elevates, a fire that spreads through every corner of your life until nothing looks the same. You will wonder how you ever doubted, how you ever questioned if you were worthy, because the evidence of heaven's choice will be undeniable, and, child, Archangel Michael promises you this. Your rise will not be temporary. This is not a moment that fades, this is the beginning of a chapter that builds and builds higher and higher until your life itself becomes a testimony carved in stone. Generations will look back and say, this was a turning point. This was when everything changed. Michael lowers his gaze into yours and says, stand tall, lift your head. Do not crawl into this blessing, walk into it as the chosen one you are. For heaven has spoken, the earth will echo, and your rise will leave the world astonished. My beloved child, Archangel Michael now grips his sword with fire in his hands, and his voice roars like a storm breaking the silence of the night. He says, when heaven lifts you, when the confession of love is revealed and your rise begins, those who secretly envied you, those who plotted in shadows, those who smiled in your face, but carried jealousy in their hearts, they will be exposed. And when they are exposed, they will vanish like mist before the morning sun, beloved. The angels have seen how certain hearts watched you, not with love but with envy. They did not celebrate your small beginnings, instead, they feared your future. They whispered lies. They wished delays, they tried to cloud your joy. But Michael declares, their time is over. Their masks will fall, their intentions will be laid bare before your eyes. And when this happens, you will not need to fight. You will not need to defend yourself, the truth itself will fight for you. The shock of the name, the unveiling of the one who loves you, will serve as a divine mirror. It will not only reveal who is for you, but it will expose who was never with you. Those who pretended will shrink back, unable to stand in the brilliance of your new season. The very ones who thought they could block your blessing will watch helplessly as heaven crowns you. Beloved, do not fear this exposure, for it is not sent to wound you, but to free you. The jealous hearts were weights tied to your destiny, and God says, I am cutting them loose. You will rise lighter, freer, stronger, unchanged from those who could never celebrate what heaven has chosen for you. Michael lifts his wings and declares, child, when your enemies fall away, do not look back. Do not waste your tears on those who could not stand in your light. Instead, lift your eyes, for greater love, greater favor, greater joy is rushing to meet you. The angels themselves will clear your path, ensuring that nothing hidden can sabotage what is now revealed. And beloved, here is the promise. The more they envy, the brighter you will shine, the more they resist, the higher you will rise. For your story was never in their hands, it has always been in God's. My beloved child, Archangel Michael now stands tall, his sword lifted high until it pierces the heavens themselves, his eyes blaze like fire, and his voice shakes the ground beneath your feet. He says, now that your enemies are exposed, now that jealousy has been scattered like dust, your name will no longer be spoken in whispers. You will be lifted in honor, it will be carried in respect. It will be written both in heaven and on earth as a testimony of what God can do with one chosen soul. Beloved, the days when people doubted you are gone, the seasons when they mocked your waiting, when they looked at you and thought nothing great could come, those days are finished. For heaven has risen as your defender, and now earth will echo what heaven has already declared. You are chosen. You are crowned, you are unstoppable. Michael declares, your name is entering a new register. It will not only be remembered, it will be revered. Imagine this, child, when they speak your name. No longer will it be tied to pain or sorrow, but to strength, to victory, to divine favor. Even those who once ignored you will be forced to speak of you with respect. Those who overlooked you will regret underestimating you. And those who truly loved you will rise to celebrate you openly because they will see the hand of heaven resting upon your story. Michael says, your honor will not fade. Your respect will not diminish because it is not built on human applause. It is built on God's decree. The angels are writing your name in the scrolls of remembrance, recording this chapter as the moment when destiny shifted forever. And on earth you will see people drawn to you, not out of curiosity, but out of reverence for the light you now carry. Beloved, your rise is not only for you, it is a beacon for others. Your story will inspire faith in hearts that had given up. Your testimony will remind the world that no delay, no betrayal, no jealousy can block what heaven has ordained, and your name will stand as proof that when God crowns someone, no hand can pull that crown away. Michael lowers his sword gently, and with a voice like rushing waters he whispers, child, wear this honor with humility, for it is eternal. Heaven sings your name, earth will honor it, and generations yet unborn will remember it. My beloved child, Archangel Michael now drives his sword into the earth, and in that moment a throne of light begins to rise from the ground. The heavens roar with approval, and his voice comes forth like a river of fire, child. Your honor is not only a crown upon your head, it is a throne beneath your feet. Heaven has lifted you to sit in a place of divine authority, a place where your destiny commands the atmosphere, a place where your very presence shifts the lives of others. Beloved, imagine it. Where once you stood overlooked, now you sit enthroned. Where once your voice was drowned out, now it carries weight that silences every doubter. Michael declares, this is not the throne of man's approval. This is the throne of heaven's decree. It cannot be stolen, it cannot be challenged. It cannot be overturned. Your name has been sealed into a seat of influence that generations will look up to. The angels surround this throne, not as guards but as witnesses, proclaiming your rise. And as you sit in this new place, you will feel a power surge through you, not arrogance, but divine confidence. You will realize that every battle, every wound, every tear was preparation for this moment. Heaven did not waste your pain. It forged it into authority. Now when you speak, people will listen. When you move, doors will open. When you decide, destinies will shift. Beloved, this throne is not only for your joy, it is for your mission. From here you will bless. From here you will build. From here you will lean, your union. Your love. Your testimony will not only heal you, it will ripple outward to heal others. The very love story heaven has written over your life will break chains off others who thought their story was finished. Michael says, this is why heaven preserved you, so you would sit in this place and shine. Child, see it clearly, your rise is not small. Your throne is not temporary. It is eternal. Heaven and earth both bear witness that you are seated now in destiny's seat, and no power in existence can remove you. Michael leans forward, his eyes burning with pride and tenderness, and whispers whirl with love. Stand with courage, shine with humility. For your throne has been established by God Himself, and your story will never be forgotten. My beloved child, Archangel Michael now stretches his wings across the horizon, and the sound of their movement is like thunder rolling across nations. His eyes blaze with holy fire as he proclaims, "From this throne your name will not remain confined to one place, it will travel. It will move beyond borders, beyond languages, beyond walls, until the world itself becomes a witness to what God has done in you. Beloved, your story is no longer a secret. It will echo in the corners of the earth where your feet have never stepped. People you have never met will hear of you, strangers will speak your name with reverence, and even those who once ignored you will be compelled to honor you." Michael declares, "Your testimony will be like lightning, flashing across the sky, seen by all and hidden by none. The angels say that your rise will inspire multitudes. Broken hearts will heal when they hear what you endured and how you rose. Weary souls will find courage when they see the crown upon your head and the throne beneath your feet. Families will whisper your story around tables, leaders will speak of your strength, and generations will carry your legacy as a torch. Beloved, your life will not be a fleeting tale. It will be a legend written in both heaven's scrolls and earth's memory, and child, do not think this honor will fade. Michael says, your name has been etched in eternity. Long after your voice grows silent on earth, the echo of your rise will remain. You will become a monument of God's faithfulness, a living example of what heaven does with one who refuses to give up. Even the enemies who plotted against you will find their words silenced. But the louder they whisper, the louder heaven will shout your victory. They will see your influence spread, and they will realize they could never stop what was divinely written. Beloved, prepare yourself. Your name is not just a name anymore. It is a banner of victory, of restoration, of divine authority. And this banner will wave over nations, reminding all who see it that God lifts His chosen at the appointed time. Michael lowers his wings and says with unshakable certainty, child, the earth will know your name, heaven already sings your name, and eternity itself will carry your name as a story of glory. This is your legacy, and nothing can erase it. My beloved child, Archangel Michael now raises his voice so that even the farthest stars seem to bow. And he declares, what use is a throne, what use is a crown, what use is a name carried across nations if your soul has no peace? That is why heaven has to greed not only honor, not only influence, not only legacy, but a divine peace that no hand can steal. No storm can shake, no enemy can destroy. Beloved, this peace will not be the fragile kind that comes and goes. It will not depend on circumstances or the approval of man. Michael says his peace is eternal. It flows from the throne of God Himself. It is the crown within your spirit, the calm within your storm, the river that will never run dry. The moment their confession is spoken and their name revealed, this peace will descend on you like oil being poured over your head. It will soak into every memory, every scar, every wound until you feel whole again. The angels reveal that even in your nights, when you once tossed in restlessness, you will now sleep with a smile. Where there were questions, there will be answers. Where there was emptiness, there will be fullness, and where there was fear, there will be unshakable confidence. Beloved, you will not only rise publicly, you will rest privately. Your spirit will be anchored so deeply in God's promise that no word of doubt, no dart of jealousy, no shadow of fear will unsettle you again. Michael declares, this peace is your greatest reward. Greater than will, greater than the Buddha. Greater than the blow. For when peace reigns in your spirit, you can walk through fire and not be burned. You can stand in storms and not be shaken. You can carry crowns and not be crushed, and child, this peace will not stay with you alone. It will flow into your home, filling every room like fragrance. It will rest on your partner, on your children, on everyone who steps into your atmosphere. People will enter your presence and feel a calm they cannot explain, a joy they cannot describe, a safety they cannot deny. That is the mark of heaven's peace that transforms not only you, but everyone connected to you. Beloved, understand this: the true victory of your rise is not only that the world will know your name, but that your heart will finally be still. Heaven has prepared not only a story for you to live, but a peace for you to carry forever. Michael leans close and whispers, child, where your peace is your greatest treasure, for crowns can shine, thrones can stand, legacies can echo, but only peace proves you have touched eternity. My beloved child, Archangel Michael now spreads his wings across the heavens, and the sky itself glows as though eternity has stepped into this very moment. His voice rises, mighty yet tender, and he declares, peace was a crown within your spirit, but joy, heavenly joy, is the overflowing river that will pour out of you and flood every corner of your life. This joy is not temporary laughter. It is not fragile happiness, it is the eternal fulfillment of everything heaven promised you. Beloved, imagine at the very moment when their confession is spoken, when their name finally falls upon your ears. The atmosphere will shift, it will feel as though, and then releases a roar of celebration. This is the joy that no betrayal can erase, no enemy can steal, no delay can diminish. Michael says, this is heaven's reward for your endurance, for every night you cried, for every day you carry the weight of waiting. This joy now comes like a harvest after a long season of drought. The angels show me visions of your life after this moment. Your laughter will ring louder. Pure, freer than it ever has before, your mornings will not begin in heaviness but in gratitude. Your steps will feel lighter, your eyes brighter, your voice stronger. Even in the quietest times, when no one is watching, you will feel a bubbling within your soul, a joy too big to contain, and beloved, this joy is not for a season, it is for a lifetime. Michael declares, this is divine fulfillment, the place where longing turns into reality, where waiting turns into reward, where wounds turn into wonders. The confession of their love, the unveiling of their name, is the spark, but the fire it ignites is this heavenly joy, this deep satisfaction that tells your soul, at last, I am home. At last, I am whole, at last, I have received what heaven promised me. And child, your joy will not be yours alone. It will spread like light through your home, your family, your community. People will notice it on your face, in your words, in your very presence. They will say something has changed, something divine has touched them, and they will be right, for heaven itself has touched you. Beloved, Michael whispers as the heavens blaze around him, this joy is your grand climax, It is the proof that God's timing is perfect, that heaven's promises never fail, that your sorry was always worth the wait. And now, child, live in this joy, for it is eternal.